What if the very possessions that you've held onto for years are subtly diminishing your comfort and happiness as you age past 70? It's common for many of us to have things in our homes and lives that may appear harmless or even comforting, simply because they've been a part of our lives for so long. However, as we journey through the years, our bodies, along with our needs for safety and peace of mind, evolve in ways that can no longer be ignored. The reality is that clinging to certain items can gradually erode your overall well-being without you even realizing it. These belongings can jeopardize your safety, sap your energy, or keep your mind tethered to thoughts and places that no longer serve you well. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go on a spree, tossing everything out or stripping your life of the things you hold dear. Instead, it's about being deliberate with what you allow to occupy your space and your life. When you start making these thoughtful changes, you create an environment that is more conducive to comfort, safety, and a joy that feels lighter and more liberating. The aim here is to eliminate what weighs you down, thus making room for the things that elevate your spirit and bring a smile to your face. Today, we will explore 5 specific items that many individuals over the age of 70 may still keep in their lives, often without realizing the negative impact they might be causing. I believe that by the end of our discussion, you may be surprised at how much these things could be influencing your daily experience without your awareness. So, stay with me until the conclusion, because the final item we discuss might just transform your perspective on your everyday life from this moment forward. Let's begin with the first item: broken or unused mobility devices. Sometimes, the very tools we depend on for our safety become the hidden culprits that put us at risk. After reaching the age of 70, many of us start using aids such as canes, walkers, grab bars, or even simple handrails to support our balance and mobility. However, what happens when these items become worn, shaky, or no longer meet our needs? The answer may be subtle, but it can be quite harmful. Relying on broken or outdated mobility aids can heighten your chances of injury and diminish your confidence with each step you take. You might think that a slight wobble is nothing to worry about, or that a cane still serves its purpose just fine. However, a cane with a worn rubber tip, a walker with one leg that isn't even, or a grab bar that shifts when you lean on it can turn a straightforward movement into a potentially dangerous fall. Sometimes the damage caused by these items is not even obvious. I recall a friend of mine named Alan, who is 81 years old. He had a folding walker he had relied on for years. It made a squeaking sound and the frame had become loose over time, but he insisted it was still dependable. One morning, while heading to the mailbox, the walker unexpectedly collapsed. He fell hard and ended up fracturing his hip, all because the mechanism inside had deteriorated. After that incident, Alan shared a thought that has stuck with me ever since. I kept the walker out of habit, but I should have been focusing on what I truly needed, not what I was just used to. That realization struck me profoundly. How many things do we cling to simply because they've been part of our lives for so long, even when they no longer serve us well? Then there's the other side of the coin, the mobility devices we purchase but never actually put to use. Perhaps you have a grab bar gathering dust in your garage, or a shower chair that you tried out once and then shoved aside. If these items are not actively contributing to your safety today, they are merely taking up space. Even worse, they can provide a false sense of security. Remember, safety tools only work when they are properly installed, regularly checked, and genuinely utilized. Taking a moment to examine your mobility aids doesn't require a professional. Just set aside a few minutes to inspect everything you use for support. Are the rubber grips still secure? Do any parts feel loose or worn? Is the item appropriate for your body today, rather than how it was 5 years ago? If any of these questions sparks a hint of doubt, it's time to think about replacing or adjusting those items. And if you have mobility devices still boxed up, ask yourself why. Do you need assistance setting it up? Is there an emotional hurdle that you haven't addressed yet? After the age of 70, your freedom increasingly relies on how safely you can move, and safe movement is contingent on the tools you trust. Replacing that one shaky cane or finally installing that grab bar in the bathroom is not merely about safety. It's about maintaining your independence, achieving peace of mind, and being able to continue enjoying the activities you love without fear. Now let's move on to the second item, expired medications. It's quite easy to overlook the various bottles lined up in your bathroom cabinet or kitchen drawer. Many of us have them: pain relievers, antibiotics from years gone by, vitamins we never finished, or prescriptions that we no longer take. They just sit there quietly gathering dust. However, for those of us over 70, holding on to expired or unused medications is more than just creating clutter. It's a dangerous invitation to trouble. Over time, medications can lose their effectiveness, meaning they might not function as intended when you really need them. Even more concerning, some medications can break down chemically and lead to unexpected harmful side effects. And the risk isn't just confined to you. Grandchildren visiting your home might confuse pills for candy. A spouse could accidentally grab the wrong bottle if the labels have faded or if caps have been switched. Even you, in a moment of distraction, might reach for something incorrect, especially if you're juggling multiple prescriptions. In the wrong scenario, a single mix-up could land you in the emergency room, yet many seniors hold onto outdated pills just in case, thinking they're saving a trip to the pharmacy. In truth, what they're saving is a potential hazard, not a help. I remember my neighbor, Dorothy, who is 82. She had a full shelf of old prescriptions in her pantry. One evening, when her arthritis flared up, she reached for what she thought was her current pain medication. The label had faded, and the pill looked similar. However, it turned out to be a blood pressure medication she had stopped taking years ago. Within an hour, she felt dizzy and had to be taken to urgent care. Thankfully, she recovered quickly, but it was a close call that could have been entirely avoided. The solution is straightforward yet powerful. Make it a routine to check your medications at least twice a year. Go through each bottle, verify expiration dates, and dispose of anything that is outdated or no longer prescribed. Many local pharmacies offer safe disposal services, and some communities even hold collection events. Clearing out old medications not only safeguards your health, but also ensures your home is safer for anyone who visits. It's a small step that can prevent potentially life-altering mistakes. If you're still with me and finding these insights valuable, please drop a comment saying number 2 below to let me know you're engaged. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly encourage you to do so and turn on notifications, so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support is crucial in helping us create quality content that informs and inspires. Now let's continue our journey. The third item on our list is worn-out shoes. Many folks aren't fully aware of how significantly their footwear impacts comfort, mobility, and safety, particularly after reaching the age of 70. We often develop a fondness for a favorite pair of shoes because they feel familiar and broken in. However, much like tires on a vehicle, shoes wear down over time. The changes occur so gradually that we often overlook them. As soles lose their grip, cushioning flattens and support weakens, that once comfortable pair you've worn for years may now be silently contributing to foot pain, knee strain, or even balance issues that could result in a fall. Your feet bear the weight of your entire body, and after decades of wear and tear, they need all the assistance they can get. Shoes that no longer provide adequate arch support or shock absorption compel your muscles and joints to work harder, exacerbating issues like arthritis or causing fatigue. Smooth, worn soles heighten your risk of slipping on wet floors, uneven sidewalks, or even your own kitchen tiles. If you've noticed an increase in back pain or a sense of heaviness in your legs by the end of the day, your shoes might be playing a more significant role in your discomfort than you realize. I recall a gentleman named Harold, who is 79, who came to our community center limping slightly. He was convinced it was merely the result of aging. However, when someone suggested he consider changing his shoes, he was skeptical. The pair he wore daily was over 10 years old, and he insisted they were the best shoes he'd ever owned. Eventually, after he replaced them with a sturdy, supportive pair, he admitted that his knees ached less, and he felt steadier walking up the church steps. Sometimes it's not our bodies that are failing us, it's our gear. Investing in new shoes isn't merely about purchasing something fresh, it's about safeguarding your independence. Quality footwear helps maintain proper posture, keeps your gait steady, and reduces strain on your joints and muscles. Make it a habit to inspect your shoes every few months. Check for thinning soles, uneven wear, or loose stitching. When in doubt, invest in a new, supportive pair that meets your current needs. Your feet will express their gratitude, your balance will improve, and you'll navigate through life with greater confidence and less discomfort. Next, we arrive at the fourth item, negative friendships. As we age, the value we place on companionship tends to deepen. However, not every relationship brings warmth or joy. Some friendships can morph into sources of stress, frustration, or emotional drain without us even realizing it. It might be an old friend who constantly complains, criticizes, or brings up past mistakes, or someone who only reaches out when they need something, never offering support in return. These types of connections can slowly eat away at your peace of mind, leaving you feeling more isolated rather than less. As you cross the threshold of 70, both your time and energy become increasingly precious. Spending time with people who leave you feeling tense or unappreciated robs you of the opportunity to invest in relationships that truly uplift you. The challenging part is that many negative friendships are deeply rooted in years of shared experiences. You might feel guilty about stepping back because you've known these individuals for so long or because they've been part of your life for decades. Yet, holding onto a toxic connection simply because it feels familiar is akin to keeping spoiled food in your refrigerator. You're not doing yourself any favors by allowing it to remain. I think of my neighbor Margaret, who is 82. She used to spend her afternoons with a small group of women she had known since her 20s. Over time, she began to notice that she came home from those gatherings feeling drained rather than happy. The conversations were filled with gossip, arguments, and subtle jabs. When she quietly began to see them less often and instead joined a local gardening club, she realized just how much lighter she felt. She found herself laughing more, meeting new people, and rediscovering hobbies she had long forgotten about. It's not about cutting people out harshly or bearing grudges. It's about recognizing when a relationship no longer adds value to your life. You deserve to be surrounded by individuals who respect you, support your personal growth, and bring joy to your days. This might mean allowing certain friendships to fade naturally, spending less time with specific individuals, or opening the door to new, positive influences. By clearing space in your social circle, you create opportunities for deeper, healthier relationships that enrich your later years instead of draining them. If you're still engaged with this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any videos. Your support enables us to continue creating quality content that informs and inspires. Finally, we arrive at the 5th item, regrets that can no longer be changed. Holding onto regrets is akin to carrying a heavy sack on your back each day. It slows you down and prevents you from savoring the moments you still have. After 70, many individuals find themselves replaying past mistakes, missed opportunities, or choices they wish they had made differently. Perhaps it was a career path you didn't pursue, a conversation you never initiated, or a wrong that you didn't rectify. While these thoughts can feel inescapable, they can also quietly poison your present by anchoring your mind in the past. The truth is, no amount of dwelling on those moments will rewrite history. The energy spent reliving those experiences could be better utilized in building the life that lies ahead of you. Regret can even seep into your conversations. You might catch yourself telling younger family members, "I wish I had," or "if only I had," more often than you'd like. Not only does this tether you to sadness, but it can also overshadow your relationships, making others feel the weight of your unresolved pain. I once spoke with a man named Frank, who is 79. He frequently lamented how he wished he had traveled more when he was younger. One day, his granddaughter gently inquired why he didn't just start traveling now. It was a light bulb moment for him. He realized he had been so focused on what he missed that he overlooked what was still within his grasp. Within a year, he began taking small trips, even just weekend drives to new places. He told me these adventures brought him more joy than he ever anticipated, not because they erased his regrets, but because they reminded him that life still had room for new memories. Letting go of regrets doesn't mean you forget the lessons they imparted. Instead, it means you stop allowing them to dictate your mood, your decisions, and your sense of self-worth. Forgive yourself for what you didn't know back then, and use that wisdom to guide your choices today. When you liberate yourself from the burdens of regret, you open the door to peace, gratitude, and a deeper appreciation for every sunrise you get to witness. In closing, reaching the age of 70 and beyond brings a unique clarity about what truly matters. By releasing the physical clutter, unhealthy relationships, limiting beliefs, draining habits, and heavy regrets, you create space for something far more precious: peace of mind. While these aspects may seem trivial on the surface, they significantly influence how you greet each morning, interact with others, and experience joy at the end of the day. When you clear them out, you're not merely relieving your home or schedule of weight, you're lightening the load on your heart. Life after 70 isn't about rushing against the clock, it's about relishing every moment. Each day you are given presents another opportunity to live in a way that fills you with pride, calm, and a sense of connection. As you stop holding onto what pulls you down, you begin to notice the beauty in simple pleasures: the warmth of the sun on your porch, the laughter of a grandchild, the comfort of a well-loved chair. You'll find it easier to breathe, think more clearly, and concentrate on what nourishes your spirit rather than what depletes it. And perhaps most importantly, discarding these 5 items doesn't leave you with emptiness. It creates space for improved health, stronger relationships, and new experiences that may delight and surprise you. At this stage in life, you deserve more than merely getting by. You deserve days that feel light, purposeful, and free from the shadows of unnecessary burdens. Thank you for joining me today. I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share. Reading your comments is a source of great motivation and encouragement for us. If you enjoyed this video and found it beneficial, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support enables us to continue creating good content that informs and inspires. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.